Most people stick to just one or two ways of making AI videos and miss out on workflows that create way better results. That's why I spent weeks testing the best 6 methods side by side, and the differences honestly shocked me. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through each one, showing you what they're great at and when to use them. The platform we're using for all 6 methods today is called Higgsfield, which is an all-in-one AI platform that has every mainstream creation method built right into one place. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to follow along while we go through this. From the Higgsfield homepage, you'll see the navigation bar running across the top of the screen. Click on Video. This opens the video generation workspace. For the model, select Seedance 2.0. This is the model we're using for the first 4 methods because it handles cinematic prompts well and gives you solid, consistent results across generations. Text to video is the starting point for almost everyone, and it makes sense because it's the simplest thing you can do. You type something and the model builds it. You don't need any assets, references, or prior setup. Since I haven't uploaded anything myself, the model is going to invent the character, the location, and the movement entirely from the prompt alone. I'm setting duration to 15 seconds, resolution to 1080p, aspect ratio to 16:9, and pasting in the prompt. Okay, so the climber is there, the environment is realistic, and the movement is visually impressive. For a single prompt with nothing attached to it, that's very impressive, but I had no control over what it actually looked like. The AI decided exactly how the character, the objects, and the location look and interact with each other. That's not a flaw in the tool, that's just what happens when the model has to invent everything at once. It's building a person, a physics simulation, and the location all from scratch with nothing to anchor any of it. For someone who just has an idea and no assets at all, this method gets you moving fast. It's great if you want to create outputs quickly or just want to experiment without the need to control what everything looks like. But the moment you need a specific person or you're building something across multiple clips, you start to hit the limits. And those limits are exactly what the next method is designed to break through. The difference between method 1 and method 2 comes down to one thing: control over what the first frame looks like. Instead of letting the model invent the character and the scene, you hand it an image and tell it to start here. Everything it generates flows forward from that exact point, which means the lighting, the face, the composition, all of it stays locked to what you gave it. To show you how much the starting frame actually matters, we're going to generate 3 completely different versions of the same scene and then pick the best one to animate. Back on the home page, click Image in the navigation bar to go to the image generation workspace. Select GPT Image 2 as the model. This is the image generator we're using, and it's one of the best for photorealistic outputs right now. Set quality to high, resolution to 2K, aspect ratio to 16:9, and paste in the first prompt. That's a strong frame. Now I'll speed through the next 2 with the same settings, just different angles. Frame B was a drone shot looking straight down at the climber from above, and frame C was a low angle looking up past him with the wall stretching out of frame. All 3 are solid, but I'm going with frame B. The scale of it is more cinematic, and it gives the animation more room to breathe. To turn this into a video, go back to the navigation bar and click Video. Keep Seedance 2.0 selected. This time, go to Upload Media, then Image Generation, find the frame you picked, and check eligibility. Once it clears, set duration to 10 seconds, resolution to 1080p, aspect ratio to 16:9, and paste in the prompt. The character holds from the first frame to the last. The zoomed out camera is there from the starting frame, and it gradually gets closer to the climber. And the axe swing at the end feels physically grounded in a way that the text to video clip just couldn't quite get to. That's what a starting frame does. It gives the model something real to work from instead of guessing. This method is perfect if you already have an image to start with. Since you're not starting from scratch, you're animating something that already looks exactly how you want it. Or you can just create an image the same way I did. It'll cost you a few more credits, but it's worth it if consistency matters in your clip. But here's the problem. What happens when you need that same character to show up across 5 different clips? The starting frame gets you one great shot. It doesn't solve consistency across a whole project. That's what the next method is built for, and is the one that changes how you think about AI video entirely. This is the method that separates people who are experimenting with AI video generation from people who are actually building something with it. The whole difference comes down to having elements. Elements let you save a character and a location as reusable assets so that every time you generate a new clip, the same person shows up in the same world. That way, there's no inconsistency and no need to regenerate multiple images of the same assets and hope they don't shift. So first, we need to create those assets. Back to the image generation workspace. Keep GPT Image 2 selected. Let's start with our character. I'll use this prompt for him. That's our guy. It's a great picture to train the AI with. Now let's create the location. I'll paste in this and generate. We get back this image. Now here's the step that makes this whole method work. Go to Video, click Upload Media, then Elements, and then New Element. Upload the climber image, set the category to character, and name it Climber. Do the same for the ice wall, set the category to location and name it ice wall. Both are now saved with their own handles. You can do this with any character, object, or location you want, and after saving them once, they're ready to be used over and over again. Back in the video workspace with Seedance 2.0 selected, this time, instead of uploading an image manually, you load your saved elements. Select the climber and the ice wall. Saved elements pass eligibility automatically, so there's no extra check needed. I'll keep the same settings set as before. Paste in the prompt and generate. Our climber looks exactly like the one we made originally, and even though the camera orbits both him and the location, it remains consistent from every angle. The orbit camera move also gives it that cinematic pullback that makes it feel like a real production shot rather than a generated clip. This is the method for anyone building a multi-clip story. If you're making a series, a short film, a branded content piece, anything where the same character needs to appear across multiple scenes, elements are how you do it without losing consistency between every single generation. We've just built 3 completely different clips of the same scene, each one more controlled than the last. Text to video gave us speed, image to video gave us visual accuracy, and elements gave us consistency across clips. Each method is a step up in control, but the next one does something none of these can do, and it's probably the most underused method in this entire list. Video to video lets you take a clip that already exists and use it as a motion reference. The new generation inherits the body mechanics, the pacing, the rhythm of movement from the original clip, but you can completely change the subject and the setting. The only thing that transfers is the motion. Think about what that actually means in practice. You spent time getting a clip that moves exactly the way you want. Now instead of starting over for a different scene, you keep everything that works and just swap out the content. Stay in the video generation workspace with Seedance 2 selected, go to upload media, then video generations, find the video just made and save it as a reference. Now here's where the prompt goes in a completely different direction from everything we've done so far. By saying to keep the video as a motion reference, it uses it as a base while swapping out everything else with what I'm asking. Let's generate. If I put this and the previous video next to each other, you can see that the motion and the camera movement are almost identical, even though the scenes look nothing alike. One is a climber scaling an ice wall, and the other is a woman bouldering in an indoor climbing gym. The way she pulls up, the timing of her movements, and the overall rhythm are all inherited from the previous video. This method is genuinely powerful for testing. You can take one well-animated clip and spin off multiple variations with different characters or settings without rebuilding the motion from scratch every time. It's also great for anyone who wants to adapt existing footage into a new context without losing what made the original work. 4 methods down. The next 2 are completely different tools with completely different workflows, and they're built for a use case that none of the first 4 can touch. Everything up to this point has been about generating cinematic videos. This method is different. We're using Marketing Studio, which is built specifically for ads, and it has its own separate workflow from everything else we've done today. Click Marketing Studio in the navigation bar. This opens a new window with a different interface entirely. You're not generating scenes here, you're building ad creatives. And to do that, you need 2 things, an avatar and a product. Let's start with the avatar. You can either choose one from Marketing Studio's library or create your own, which is what I'm going to do. So click on Create Avatar. You get 2 options, upload a photo or generate from a text prompt. Since I don't have a photo ready, I'll use a text prompt, so I'll choose that and paste in my prompt. This doesn't look like a generated avatar, it looks like a casting photo. That level of realism in an ad creative is what makes someone stop scrolling instead of swiping past. I'll name him Marcus. Now we need the product. For this, we're making a TV spot for a tactical watch. Back to the image workspace. With GPT Image 2 selected, I'll paste in the product prompt. This is the image we get back. Back in Marketing Studio, select Marcus as your avatar, then upload the watch image and name it Watch. After that, choose the watch as your product and set the style to TV spot. This is the format that gives you that polished, broadcast quality feel. Paste in your prompt and generate.
Built for the climb. Where every second counts, this watch doesn't quit.
This is the most impressive clip yet. We get a custom avatar, a custom product, a specific environment, and an audio with good lip sync, all generated in a few minutes. And all those creative visuals were not written in the prompt. The prompt itself was actually very simple, but Marketing Studio is trained to take everything you give it and transform it into something genuinely impressive. This looks like it could air on TV, and it required no shooting, no hiring actors, not even a real camera. And because the avatar is saved, Marcus can show up in every ad you run going forward. This method is built for brands, marketing, marketers and UGC creators who need product ad content at scale. But there's one thing Marketing Studio can do, and that's put specific words in a specific person's mouth with frame-perfect lip sync. That's what the final method is for. Lip sync is the most precise method in this entire list. It's not about generating a scene or building an ad creative. It's about taking a specific face and making it deliver a specific line, with the mouth movements synced to the audio. The use cases are huge. You could use it for faceless channels that want a consistent AI host, brands that need a spokesperson without hiring one, or anyone who has written a script and wants a character to deliver it convincingly. First, we need the speaker. Back to the image workspace, like we've done many times, select GPT Image 2 as the model, write your prompt, and generate. He looks like someone with a lot of experience and stories to tell, which is perfect for a talking head video. This is a character you immediately believe, and that matters for lip sync because if the face doesn't feel real, the words won't land no matter how clean the sync is. No need to save this as an element. We're using it directly. Click Video in the navigation bar, then click Lip Sync Studio. This opens a separate workspace from the standard video generator. Select Kling 2.6 Lip Sync as your model, and upload the commander image as your speaker image, then set the duration to 10 seconds. Here, we have two prompt boxes. One for the audio text, which is what you want your character to say, and one for the delivery prompt, which is how you want them to act. Fill them both in and generate.
Most people don't really know what this job involves day to day. There's a lot of training, a lot of waiting, and a few moments when everything you've practiced actually matters.
The sync on that is clean. The mouth movements are actually matching my script, and the way he moves his head makes everything feel real, and the delivery cue worked. There's a weight to how he speaks, which is exactly what I wanted. This is the method for faceless channels, AI host creators, and anyone who needs a specific person to deliver a specific line. You're not animating a scene. You're casting a character and writing their dialogue. These 6 methods allow you to create any form of video you like, and their use cases are way more specific than most people expect. So if you want to get started and create your own cinematic AI videos with a workflow that matches your project, use the link in the description to sign up to Higgsfield. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.